Trading is not just about making money, right? It's also a mirror reflecting who you really are. The surprising lesson trading taught me about myself, right? That's what we're talking about tonight. Trading tends to be a mirror reflecting things about yourself that maybe you didn't even know. So that's what we're here to talk about tonight. Welcome to American Dream Trading's The Aftermarket live chat and watch party. It's a stream that's been created by traders for traders to just have a place to decompress, let your hair down after the market, reflect on strategies taught by Chad Christian, who's a 33-year stock market vet. And he is the creator of American Dream Trading, a trading community of people who are helping others learn how to trade and learn how to trade the right way. He started it back in 2021 and went live August 1st of 2022, and ever since has been on a tear and sweeping up the internet with his coaching styles, with the way that he has successfully turned the average Joe, and there's probably about 14 of them, into multimillionaires. So shout out to you, Coach. Thank you for teaching us the right way. We are actually trying to get him to 20,000 subscribers. We just hit the 16K the other day. Thank you for that, gang. We're currently sitting at 16,012. So we got 3,988 to go. Just a couple of side notes here. We've got a couple of sales going on. You know we always do, right? So right now, the premium membership, go ahead and I don't think I put the link down there, did I? Hold on one second, gang. Let's see here. Join panel. Here. Okay. Here come the link. Okay, so right now with the premium membership, that is giving you access to our live Zoom call in which you can interact and learn from Coach in a one-on-one type style setting. You can interact with him, ask him questions, talk to him while he's trading, but he does mostly training. You know, he, as he always says, it's not about what he's doing in trading. It is about him training us to do the right thing. So normally the membership is $125 a month. Just for 2 weeks only, we have it opened up for a $19 sign up. Now, this started last week, so we're coming towards the close of that. So if you're interested in that, you might want to jump on that. Also, the same thing with our crypto membership. Sign up only $19. It's for 2 weeks only. And we are coming towards the close. So you want to hurry up and jump on that. Speaking of crypto, tonight there's a crypto Zoom, right, for the community being held. And it's usually held every Wednesday night, not every Wednesday, but most Wednesdays, unless you are otherwise notified. Tonight at 7:15. So if you're into crypto, if you have attended these, Chris and Bucko do a fantastic job, just as Coach does, of teaching you the right way how to trade crypto and how to be extremely profitable with a little bit of money. So head over to the crypto Zoom tonight if you want to do that. And last but not least, futures, right? Mark McSee does a fantastic job of training futures over there, and he is fantastic. He's a fantastic trainer and a fantastic person. Psych! No, I'm only kidding, Boomer. Sign up for futures is only $49, right? It renews at $250 a month. So make sure you go ahead and get signed up before that 2 weeks is up. I believe that could be the end of this week. I don't know if he's going to extend that. I don't think so, but you never know. So I heard somebody coming to the backstage tonight. We're going to be talking about how trading has reveal things about yourself that maybe you didn't even know. I know personally, I've gone through some transformations just so that I can be a better trader, but it's also helped me be a better person. It's helped me take care of things in my health because you have to have your mental capacity, you have to have your mental strength. And if you're not well physically, it definitely affects you mentally. So let me go ahead and let in my guest here. Is that James? Hey, James. How are you?
Miss Dawn,
How are you, my friend?
I'm good.
That's good.
I'm tired. I'm good.
Are you tired? Been working all day?
Yes and no.
You can be mentally exhausted, especially with what we do.
Oh yeah. No,
Okay,
I
there it is.
finished up probably about 10 o'clock my time this morning, so 11 o'clock ish. Uh,
Okay.
Bubba's hit, Bubba's feet hit the ground running. So
Bubba. Okay, there we go.
yeah,
Uh, how's he doing?
he's doing good. He was wound up excited today. It's daddy time.
It's
So
daddy time. Bubba is always going to have his daddy time. He's going to get it in there. Well, what do you think about the topic tonight?
I love it. I know the first thing it teach me right off the bat was humility. I'm not near as smart as I thought I was,
I don't think any of us are, right?
and I'm not near as fast of a learner as I thought I was.
Trading's hard though, James.
It
You know,
is, it
it's like
is.
we can't compare it to other stuff. Trading is hard.
Oh, definitely. I tell you what, it also give me a whole new respect for my wife and what she does. She's a
Really?
paralegal,
Okay.
so she sits inside. She sits at a computer all day, and she would come home and say, "I'm so tired. I'm worn out." And I'm like,
Hmm.
I've been out in 112-degree heat all day, messing around with sticky cable, climbing through attics, and you're going to tell me you're tired? Come on.
Now you
I'm
get it
sorry.
though. Now you get it because you get spent mentally and it definitely affects you physically. For
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I see we got a couple people down there in the chat. What's up, gang? How is everybody? Listen, don't forget you can join our free Discord and sign up with a membership. The link is pinned right to the top of the live chat. J Dog, what's going on? Vegan Knowledge, thank you so much for all your help with trying to help me revamp the show. I appreciate you so much. Love you. We got James L up here, Leonard Jones, Chad H, Polito, Cantu. What's going on? What would be lovely is if we could get a cut. All right, we got somebody else up here. Is this Marlena? It sure is. What's up, Miss Lady?
Doing pretty good. How about you guys?
Good. We're doing good. So, did you
Good.
see the topic tonight? How has trading revealed things to you about yourself that
You
maybe you didn't
know,
even
the topic is really good. I would say having a sense of direction of what I really need to train for versus um, trying to train for something I'm not ready for.
know? Right.
And the gentleman that spoke up in the Zoom meeting this afternoon, that was a perfect example.
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciate him. He really touched on some really key points about,
Yeah.
just taking a step back and starting with the shares. Don't go jumping into, the options and all that other stuff. I'm definitely not ready for that.
Yeah.
And just learning how to just do basic entries. That's it, you
Yeah.
know?
That was what Palm was all about this afternoon. Stop
Yep.
focusing on the money. And
Mhm.
didn't we say that right here on the aftermarket? Stop focusing on the money. The money is going to be there if you do the trade right. If you
Exactly.
don't, it won't. So it makes sense to put the cart before the horse, right? Learn how to do it the right way, then the money will be there as much as you want, you know? I
Exactly.
mean, really.
Right.
Let me go ahead and put this up on the screen here. All right. So, did it expose habits, James, or emotions that you had to work on? And I want everybody down there in the live chat to answer this question as well, please. Did trading expose habits or emotions that you really probably didn't know that you had to work on? And I can tell you right now, patience and discipline for me was the double factor.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it hit me today. I was in the spy puts,
Mhm.
and I did a quick scalp on the first candle, just two, and then on the 2 minute EWO, I got in four, and it was going down, and I was watching the indicators. I wasn't even watching the Weeble chart. I was
Mm.
looking up, watching the trading view, the indicators on a different screen,
Mhm.
and I don't know why. I don't know what. I just got hit with a real rush of just extreme nervousness, and I sold out. And
Wow.
it continued down, you know, 6, 8 more candles.
Were you up a lot?
No, I had like 3% of my account, and I wasn't even looking at that until after I closed the trade.
Ah, you caught that. Ah, you caught that, right?
Yeah,
Ah, so you weren't looking at your P&L throughout the trade.
nope.
Okay, that's
And
good.
there was absolutely no reason to be nervous or to get out. I just it hit me. It overwhelmed me. I couldn't.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah,
Well, just a word of advice if you go through that again, it helps when you take some really deep breaths when you get in that situation. And David will say this, and you've got your stops in place, right?
yeah,
If you need to get up and walk away for a quick second, just not even out of the room, just get away from the computer screen for a quick second. That has helped me stay in trades because I can stay in there till the damn cows come home. And one
oh
of
yeah,
one of the ways I've been able to do that is I will pull back because my vision is such that if I all I got to do is sit back in the chair and it becomes a blurry mess. I can't see what's going on. So I will just do that if I see myself up on the screen and it's flickering, but it's still going in my direction. It hasn't broken the nine, but it looks like it wants to. But I know 9 out of 10 times when it's already in a downtrend and everything's under the nine, if it goes, it always retests the nine. So chances are it's going to bounce. But sitting through watching it smack the nine like it wants to go through is nerve wracking. It
yeah.
really is. So I'm like, don't put yourself through that. Take a couple of deep breaths and do one of these numbers. Okay, let me just let it work itself out real quick. You know what I mean? Because that's literally me. That's what let me just let this thing work itself out. I can't stare at that. You know what I mean? And I'll go back and check it, make sure everything's still copacetic. If it breaks to 21, okay, it broke 21. I'm out now. But it helps. It
Oh
really
yeah.
helps. Marlena, what about you, honey?
I did paper trade and I followed the Apple chat because I really want to get a deeper understanding of the EWO. I feel like if I understand that in the VWAP, that will help my entries. And then I didn't wait the whole 30 minutes when the market opened, but I did wait 25 minutes before I made my first entry. I bought three contracts and I made some pennies. It was
Okay.
okay. I was
You
in the
had
green.
you had a green trade.
I had a green day. Yep.
Good
And
for you.
so that part of the entries, I'm getting a better understanding of that, but I do need more practice and I need to continue with my paper trade and continue with green days to make sure I have a deep understanding of it.
Cool. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna really quick because David really hit home with me yesterday. And what he was talking about resonated with me. I decided to go ahead and jump in Apple today because of that, right? And I said, well, I'm gonna continue that. I'm gonna jump in Apple and I'm gonna go look at the Apple chat and see what he's talking about. Um, where the hell
Yeah, I seen he kind of got on you in the Apple chat today, Miss Dawn.
did he?
A little bit.
What did he say? I didn't see him getting at me.
But y'all, you were chatting back and forth with him. Y'all
He
were talking
wasn't
about the
getting at me.
ATR. He was telling you that the
Right.
same thing he tells everybody with the levels, and you were just like the ATR. I'm out.
Yeah, I asked him when he was talking about he had put up $3 levels, and I was asking him was that the ATR that he was referring to
Oh,
because it was a couple of ranges, you know what I mean? So I'm like, is that the ATR? Because I know he uses that, and I never use that. I don't know what the hell happened to my chart here, but I'm not seeing any candles. That's so freaking weird. Hold on. What happened to my chart? Oh well. But I got in at 9:38 this afternoon.
Oh, okay.
what do you need?
I mean this morning, 9:38.
So what do you need on the Apple chart?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, give me just a second.
Okay. Yeah, I pulled my up and I don't see any candles or anything. I see my lines, but I don't see the candles on the screen. So I got to play around with that. Who do we have down in the chat? Hold on.
No, this wasn't it.
There is the free Discord, American Dream Trading QR codes. We're going to have right there on the bottom of the screen for you if you want to sign up. Nice, easy way to do it right there. Darn Cricket! Eminem, what up, baby girl?
Well, that'll work. I'll work with it.
Thor? Is it, I'm pronouncing that right? THAR?
What was that?
I think it's THAR.
What?
Is that that's a
What, Thar?
yeah? Is that just hearing about that? Haven't done too much research about it, but that's something I'll probably look at.
Yeah, Thar ran like crazy today. Thar was one of the hot stock picks that ran nuts. We had NBY and we had Thar, but Thar literally crushed it.
All right, I'm ready when you are.
Okay. All you got to do is share your screen and I will pull it up. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, the QR codes are on the bottom of the screen if you want to go ahead and get signed up.
Uh oh.
Okay.
Oh, there shouldn't be any audio on it. Now, it's a new chart, so I have no lines on this.
Okay. But yeah, this is so what's this Apple?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yeah. So see in the beginning over there, if you look at 9:38, if you put it on a 2-minute chart and put it on 9:38, you can actually see the candle that I got in on at the very beginning, and it coincided with the third EWO. Even though I when I clicked it, I was getting in on the second candle because of where the indicators were and how far it dropped, and it was already below VWAP or working its way below VWAP. It wasn't quite under it yet, which pissed me off because it took the indicators forever to get under VWAP, but with the trend, I went with the trend. And and the candle started going up, the one that I got in on. And so I'm like, great, you know what I mean? But I looked and I didn't see a double bottom right there. So I'm like, this should continue to the downside, which it did.
This one here.
Yeah, it was a white candle that I got in on. Yep.
Yep.
Right after that second biggest one, that third candle. Yep. So I got in on that and stayed in it literally until the very bottom where you see, keep it right in there, right in there. When it broke the 21, I was out.
Oh,
So, but that middle section there, James, if you go back to the left a little bit, right in there, that whole section was treacherous, bro.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I
Up
couldn't,
and down around the 9.
I couldn't stand that shit.
yeah.
That was treacherous because it was like, is it gonna head on back up? But if you look at it, it's still in the downtrend. It
Mm-hmm.
was still under. So I'm like, just hang. That was one of those things where I had to look away from the screen. But it lets you know about who you are. It's like it lets you know, listen, I don't have the patience that I thought I had. You know
Mm,
what I mean?
yep.
Got a lot of fear still in me from bad trades, which means I still have a lot of fears that I have to work out, and it lets me know that you're not just going to get this in one foul swoop in a couple of months and maybe even a couple of years. So everybody's timeline is different, but it let me know that I have to be patient. And I hear that a lot in our conversations. People just, they think that, hey, because they were successful other places, that this is going to be a piece of cake. And once they get in, they get humbled real quick,
Exactly.
real quick. So I'm like, yeah, no, I realized right around this time last year that I literally had to take my time and figure out the strategy that's going to work for me. And I know a few things about myself. I know that I do have the patience to sit in a trade, which is almost to my detriment. I sit in trades too long.
Yeah.
So every time I try to scalp, you know what I'm saying? I don't do that well scalping. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I do better. I have a lot of intestinal fortitude to sit in a trade. I figured that much out. So I'm like, okay, that's EWO all day. You keep going back and forth with this shit. That's EWO. If you can do that, that's, you should be doing the EWO. But I get bored.
Oh,
I don't feel like sitting in it. I'm good at it, but I don't feel, I'm like, okay, all right, how long, you know what I mean? But you gotta do it. You gotta
But
do
at
it.
least you're not sitting in trades too long when they're going against you anymore.
oh,
Yes. Yeah. So that had to be, and I credit Mark McSee for that because Mark McSee takes his green quick, you know? So yeah, him, coach, Palm, Palm is lightning
Door.
fast. But how many times have we seen coach make $1,500 in under 10 seconds? Come on now. Crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, that's Star.
So it leveled out, huh? Where did that get to, James? What is that up at the top there?
Do what?
Where did that get to? Like how much?
Oh,
That high of day up
I
there.
should say, well, the high day right here, just over $4.
Woo!
But in the aftermarket, it continued on up to just over 541, and
Oh
then it
my
started to breathe back a little
God.
bit.
Dude, that would have been an account changer had I gotten in that and stayed in that
Oh
because I
yeah.
had 30 shares of it.
Well, imagine 100 shares when it was down here. If you got right in at the open, or
It was a
not even
dollar
at the open, go
62.
over here to the. We're on the 2 minute. Go to the EWO on shares.
Yep.
If you'd got in right here,
Yep.
and what is that?
Dollar 60 something. That's when
Dollar
Bruno was
fifty
talking about it.
two, dollar
Yep.
53.
I'll be damned.
Okay. What
Wow.
time was that again? James?
That was at 9:56 this morning.
Oh,
So it would
okay.
have been right on that 10 o'clock line.
Okay.
Yep. Close enough for government work.
Bruno called that. He
He
was on
did.
Thar. He was on Thar this morning. I kept giving him shit because I'm like, well, how come you're on Thar when it's under VWAP? You know, and I'm going on NBY, which I mean, it paid at the time, but he had a he did his research and he had an inkling about Thar. So he was on point. Shout out to you, Bruno. Shout out to you, brother. All right, way to go. You called it. I will give you full credit for that. He called that.
Well,
And,
and see, even if you'd have wrote it up here,
mm-hmm.
that's $3, right? Before it started to show breathe back. Now you could have shed here, could have shed here.
Yep.
That really wasn't nothing because it's still respecting the 9. But right here, that big seller's wick, and it come back below the 9. Even if you'd have shed right here,
Yeah. You'd have been
okay,
golden.
$2.80 from $1.50.
That's crazy. At $5 at 30 shares, that would have been $150. That would have took my account from $60 to up over $200.
There we go.
Mm.
That's
And I think
Oh well,
technically
missed
from
opportunity.
from coach's rules, that's still even at that where it took that breathe back, that's still just a shed.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a get out on the EWO
Oh
because it
no.
never
Mm-mm.
broke VWAP.
Especially if you're in shares. I mean, what's the point?
Yeah.
You don't have gamma and Greeks going against you. You might as well stay in it as long as it's not showing you to get out. Stay in it. Trading makes you more resilient. I tell you that. So another question: has trading changed your mindset outside of the market?
oh, absolutely. It- How it did, how it did that is just it makes me more aware of everything. You know, as
Mm-hmm.
far as even the things that I'm using, I'm like I should be investing in this since I'm buying it every day or buying it every month. You know,
Yeah,
in that
I
aspect.
got you.
But yeah, it really teaches you, like you said before, patience. It really makes you like you really need to have time with for yourself just and other things too outside of trading.
Yeah, you do. Yep. It'll wake you up to things.
Oh yeah, you'll have a more self-awareness for sure.
Did anybody answer that first question?
Not that I seen.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, John,
Huh?
the question, how about you? How does it affect you outside of trade?
Outside the market,
Uh-huh.
it has made me a health nut. I was already a vegan, but it has really gotten me to the point where because I had gotten um caught in this web where I was eating and I wasn't really working out and I was doing things and I was getting depressed because I wasn't making the money. I was focused on the money. I wasn't making the money that I wanted to make. And it taught me that at the end of the day your health comes first. If you want to be a better trader, you got to take care of your mind first and foremost. And I'm always into mindset stuff, so I use that as a way to get myself back on my health journey and start fasting again and eating raw vegan, working out. So it has made me a health nut, really, because that makes me think better. It makes me think clearer when I am in a trade.
Yeah, I agree with you. That, that's a good one.
I think we lost you.
Oh,
Oh,
can you
there we
hear?
go.
Okay. Yeah, no, that makes a good point. I mean, a healthy body makes a healthy mind. So yeah, that makes perfect sense
Yep.
for sure.
And vice versa. They feed off each other.
Yeah,
Izzy says I'm learning to become more patient and time management.
there you
All
go.
right, Izzy. Way
That's
to
a good.
go. Now, I will agree with that because you need to learn how to manage your time. Otherwise, you'll be sitting there all day in trades.
Ah, yeah.
It- It's
I've got
addictive.
an HR department for that.
I need to get paid overtime. Hey.
Right? Oh, man. So, on the news today, didn't we have an FOMC?
It's just a minutes
Okay.
about the previous meeting.
All right. Well, that's good. So, we didn't need to be having any craziness going on, but all the stocks today, gang, just throw a dart. Everything just took a dump.
Mm,
So if you were in anything, it could have been IWM, it could have been Apple, it could have been Spy. You got paid if you were in it to the downside, and hopefully you were, right. We definitely don't need you getting in on the wrong side and staying in it with hopium, right.
All right, Polito says don't bring work home when you've had a bad day. Same goes with trading.
Hmm.
When I've had a red day, I had to learn to curtail my emotions and not be withdrawn with family in those on those red days. I can agree with that. I get that 100%.
For sure.
Chad H
Trying to
said taught me I need to work on my discipline. And our very own Maria says outside of trading, I've learned that I need to work on my emotionality, work through my past, and feed my soul.
chart and soul.
there you go.
That's what that's all about. So that is amazingly awesome. We got your comment up on the screen. I apologize when I have to go off the screen, gang. You know how it is with the vision. So when I want to put stuff up on the screen, I might dip out a little bit, but
No,
yeah.
no, you're a kid with a new toy. You're still playing with it. I get it.
But I gotta get off the screen to see what the hell I'm doing. That's a good comment. And what was
Buckos, patience is important for good entry. Need to on it myself. And no, JWD, you did not miss the lesson.
no, we're still
The
talking about it. We
what
are
was the question, Don?
Tonight's topic is how has trading what what about trading has surprised you about yourself, right? So, what have you found out about yourself that you didn't know as a result of becoming a trader, right? Surprising lesson trading has taught me about myself. And we're just going through some of the things, some of the changes that we've had with mindset, patience, it health changes. It makes you, want to get healthy. I remember Brady doing that, and coach dipping out so that they could, get their
Well,
physical
and they
stuff
had
back
both
together.
sat here so long, so much that it started affecting their health in a bad way.
Yeah, mine as well. Mine
Well,
as well. I was getting bad. I was getting big, and just my blood pressure was going up, and I never really suffered with high blood pressure. I would be sitting here just sweating, and on top of that, you're gonna be putting yourself in a stressful situation watching these screens.
Uh,
So your body's not right, your mind's not right, and you're stressing yourself out even more watching the screen. That's the that's a recipe for heart attack, stroke, you name it.
yeah, for sure.
yeah, I don't eat much, maybe once a day anyway. So my wife cusses me about finding every pound I lost. JWDs, I used to be much more disciplined, and I need to get back to developing more discipline. Yeah.
Yeah, discipline.
Then we all slip up every now and then too.
Yeah.
Stuff happens.
Yeah, And it takes time to get to that level of confidence that you're going to be successful on trades on a day-to-day basis. And I feel like that can, trying to get to that level, we talked about the stress. I think stress is that stress right there.
Yeah,
I've been
it's not
stressed,
fun.
but yeah, it's not fun. And you want to push yourself to the very best, but you just got to be patient. And that's where I'm at right now, is that I'm pushing too hard, and I'm just like, I need to get to this point right now. I want this to happen, and I'm like, I can't.
And that makes you worse, right? It makes
Yeah,
the whole thing worse.
exactly. So that's pretty much my issue right there on that. And it's making me have to be patient, not just with the learning process of it, but just with myself. I can only do so much.
That's
Yeah.
right. We there's a lot of ebooks in there. If you go to the Trader's Edge channel, there's also a lot of books and tips in there that they give you as far as just trying to calm your mindset while you're trading. Like I told James earlier, deep breathing and just kind of sitting back and stepping away from it for a minute, it, it works wonders. If you are not a person who gets into meditation, I'm going to tell you now, you might want to start, because just taking 15 minutes a day and centering yourself works wonders, especially for traders. You know what I mean?
That's a wonderful
So,
Yeah.
idea.
Maria said that somebody, I don't know who they is, but they say that sitting is the new smoking. JWD says if you're not in the right mindset, trading will cost you money. It's true. Papa Todd, I tend to like to in jump the entry, no patience, but I have patience to wait for a loss to go down further. And my health and proper sleep are so important to my judgment.
wow.
Yeah.
And now Maria's got everybody into a tangent about smoking and gummies and vapes and reel it in, people, reel it in.
Wow. Um, okay, so here's a good one for you. Did it reveal any hidden strengths? Let's take it there for a minute.
Oh,
Did trading reveal strength that you didn't know you had? And let's get some answers in the chat on that one. I tell you what, the patience to sit in some of these EWOs, I'm like, okay. But
I'm gonna talk about the side of trading is learning them damn mechanics. Oh my gosh. A person that comes from not really, having that advantage of, working on computers as a kid and playing outside all day. And then, I know my job function, but just working mechanics on the backside of the trade, that's huge right there
mhm,
for me.
yeah. So it strengthened you in that way. It made you get up to speed a little bit on that.
Yep, exactly. Because I definitely was slow in that area.
Sweet. What about you, James? What strengths has it revealed?
uh, may sound a little strange, but I can be a lot more social than I ever thought I could be.
I get that. I get
I,
that.
I, I'm not, or I never was a social butterfly. I mean, we've been in this house for 3 years, and I still haven't met my neighbors.
Listen, I'm the same way. I'm very, very hermit like. But
Yeah,
if I'm in a party setting, I can also tend to be the life of the party. I do both. I
Yeah,
do
see,
both.
I'm just the opposite. The more people there are, the more backed into a corner I am.
yeah,
I
Yeah.
do not do crowds,
Yeah.
and
I get
I
it.
think that comes from a control perspective.
yeah.
But Izzy Izzy says resilience. Papa Todd
Okay.
said pattern recognition, and I know the entry.
Mm-hmm.
That's
That's a good
Uh,
one. That's a good one, Papa. And I have also experienced that. I remember saying something about watching Coach just read the screen like it was a book. And now I find myself being able to, obviously not on his level, but being able to look at the chart and actually understand what I'm seeing and chart it out and navigate it, you know? So that's a huge area of growth for me because I had no experience doing that. None.
right now, I think I would be a lot better at the pattern recognition if I
Mm-hmm.
could figure out how to set my chart up like a Pac-Man grid.
wow. That's
I can eat some dots now. Honk, 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 honk.
Jokey, 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 jokey. What, 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 what? The ghosts come up and eat your ass. Wee, 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 wee. Yeah, Coach could probably do it. Oh
You
man,
probably
I
got the
thought I was gonna.
soundboard for it.
Uh huh. I did. I had it on my stream deck. Don't forget if you guys want to write a review for American Dream Trading about how it's changed your life, just go to americandreamtrading.com. Are you enjoying your experience with American Dream Trading? Great! We'd love to hear from you. Your feedback helps us continue to grow and provide the best in stock market education to new and advanced traders. How about leaving us a review? Great! Just go to americandreamtrading.com, click write a review, leave us a rating, and then leave your review. It's just that simple. Thanks so much. We really appreciate your feedback. See you soon.
You
So
know that
great.
one kills me, Don. Every
What?
time I see it, that one kills me.
Why?
Because the second guy that shows up on that, just the look on his face, his eyes. I
Yeah.
don't know. Is he about to cry? Is he stoned? Is he just that damn tired? He's fighting to keep his eyes open, which I
Right.
can
He's kind
relate
of like,
to. Well, I can relate to all three of them, but
yeah, man. And then the one guy is over exuberant. Yeah, all right. I'm like, all right. Let's write that review. But
yeah.
hey,
You don't have any happy medium there. It's one extreme to the next.
yep. But please tell us about your experience. If you're doing well, go ahead and write us a review. I forgot, aren't we supposed to be saying the .com or is that on the talk that
I,
has to
I,
be?
I don't know. I think it was taught.
Okay. I think we should be
Izzy had
okay.
another good point though. She says they say you become who you surround yourself with.
That is so true.
Yep.
Good point, Izzy.
nice. That's good. Love-
Let's see.
And I don't think there could be a better community for success to
Mm-hmm.
surround yourself with.
Oh
The
my.
people in this community.
For sure.
Yep.
This
I
community is amazing.
Yeah, the level of support you get is you can't go wrong with it. It's the best I've ever seen in any type of industry cuz corporate America don't even offer you this type of support.
Nope.
Nope, not at all. Yeah, the love and the support and I mean, you just it's amazing. You're missing out if you're not part of it, for sure.
I'm not sure if I'm doing the current ones or not. Okay, so I've got a little comparison chart here, right? So with this, have you noticed that? Okay, so if you're finding yourself being more impulsive, that means you need to develop your patience, right? If you're finding yourself fearful, that means you need to develop a little bit more confidence. If you're chasing trades, you need to develop a little bit more discipline. Emotional resilience is something that trading, if you don't have it, trading will definitely cause you to grow that. Would you guys agree with that?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yep. I
You
definitely
know,
agree.
all of the evil sides of that, right? The impulsiveness, the fear, the chasing trades, it helps you develop the opposite in order to be successful. So if you ended up having confidence because you're trading well, it does carry over into your regular life. You know, you get more confident about yourself. You get more confident in other things. You get more patient. You get more patient with other things. And the same with discipline. Having to be disciplined to stay in on the health journey that I'm on has had a subsequent effect on my trading. It's helped me be a lot more patient with myself and a lot more disciplined in my trades. Use other things if you need to, gang, to help you come full circle with the trading.
Well, as far as resilience, I've never had a whole lot of quit in me for anything I've ever done. So that's helped a lot because there
Hmm.
have been times I've been very, very borderline.
I know. I know. I think we've all touched that point a couple times. That was one of the things that F2 said in his video, too. He was at the point of quitting and he turned it around.
And I think
I
a lot of
remember.
that got tested for me with the impulsiveness when I first started of, ooh, it's running. Let's jump in now. Jump in now. Oh, what? Oh, man. Son of a.
It starts going against you immediately, right?
Yep.
Because you didn't know to look for the double bottom or the double top.
Yep. Oh, it shares. I'll hold it. I'm only down $342. How much lower can it go?
Right. It's called copium. It's called no go. So yeah. Well, thank God that we found a way to, you know, get out of those bad habits. We're still working on it. I'm sure we're all still works in progress. I know I am. But we got a good mentor and coach. He surrounded us with, like-minded individuals like ourselves. I love to teach, and I have an understanding of it where I feel like I can teach it to somebody. You know what I mean? So, and I'm like, turn that around and use it on yourself. Coach yourself when you're in the room by yourself and you're doing replays and you're practicing and you're looking at charts and stuff. Put that coach hat on. You know, get in your own ass. A lot of times I will hear Palm saying something in my head or David saying something in my head. I mean, I literally, as soon as we got off the aftermarket yesterday, ran into doing replays, testing out the 2 minute EWO. And I don't know what I'm testing. I know it works, but for me, testing when to get in, practicing being patient, literally waiting for all of the indicators to be under VWAP and stacked on top of each other, under each other, or on top of each other. And let me tell you something, that's not an easy thing. That is not an easy thing right there. Waiting for that setup. And Palm said that this afternoon. Can you wait a half an hour before getting in a setup? That was one of the questions he asked. Or was that Maria? That was somebody that was a good question. They were asking a series of questions.
Yeah.
Can you wait a half an hour before getting in a trade or getting in, before if it takes an hour to show you something, can you wait without jumping the gun? If you
Mhm.
can't, that's something you need to work on.
Yeah. He mentioned, yeah, that was a number one key element. Getting in, can you wait? And also,
Entries.
can you get into the entries? Yep, exactly.
Entries is everything. If you get in and you're immediately red, which 99.9% of the time that happens. But there is a way, and Bruno, I remember Bruno talking about this. He would wait for the option to pull back and then get in it. He would look at his option chart, and when he saw that it would get within a certain price range and then pull down, and if it was channeling, he would wait for that lower number to try to jump in the trade. And then as it was rising back up, he was in the green, right? But just like today, when I got in that Apple trade, it those two huge red gamma candles, and the minute I
I
click it, trying to get the tail end, it pops up.
yeah.
So, but it kept down. I was immediately red $6, and I'm like, okay, because I went one out of the money, so I also wasn't way down in the dungeon either, trying to get trying to get this to happen. I was one out of the money, so it was, if it pulled too hard, it was gonna hurt. But that's what stops are for. So, what else we got in the comments, James?
Oh, do do do. Eminem says she's learned that her she likes her online friends better than that she's never met more than her local friends.
That is so funny. And that's so true.
Yeah, you guys are like family, dude. I'm telling you, you guys are my family.
Exactly. I feel the same way. It's so funny. She's so cute.
Well, my wife's my only friend, so and I get on her nerves a lot.
That's how I feel about Jen. It's like me and Jen and the two cats in here. That's it. We don't really associate. When family comes around, we're like, because we're in our own little zone. And I know her work people. I don't talk to them, but at the end of the day, we're always talking about, coach said this today, or her boss said that today, or you know what I mean? We're exchanging what happened for the day. And ADT has opened up and brought her in the fold. Coach made her feel like a member and made her a member, from day one. She's a real nice lady. You know what I'm saying? So,
Nice.
yeah.
You know, it's funny because that's one of the biggest ways I get on my wife's nerves because the conversation about our days,
Uh
and she'll go on for ever
huh.
like 5-10 minutes. I don't know. And she asked me how my day was, and I said it was good, did good, Green Day, and she just
Stares at you like, is that it?
glad we had this talk.
Good talk. Jen and I joke
Good,
about that.
good.
Good talk.
Well, I mean,
You ever see the proposal with
yeah.
Ryan Reynolds?
Oh yeah.
Good talk.
Good,
We will take movie quotes and use them, right? So, yeah. Um, I don't know. But I know one thing, she's gonna be a hell of a trader when she finally gets on board with it. Gets the
Nice.
time to do it.
Nice. Whoop, she'll have the best trainer right there.
Aw, thank you. Yes, sweetheart. Yeah, I'm always talking to her about stuff. She'll come in and watch me, and she'll be like, "Are you in a train?" She's like, "Isn't that below the 9?" You know what I mean? She'll be looking at it, and I'm like, "Look at you, knowing what you're looking at. Get you knowing what you're
my
looking
wife still comes in and she'll sit down for a second and look at the screen and yep, Christmas.
Yep.
at." It's like, yeah, man. It's like, no, that's okay. I'll catch you
Well,
on the flip side.
I made the mistake. Told her one time it could be if you'd get out of here.
You are not right, James. You are not right. Crazy.
I wasn't wrong.
I know, Jen. Look, at one point I thought Jen was literally timing it, because it seemed like at 9:30 she would always find a reason to come in here, right? And ask me a question, or, "Hey, could you take a look at this?" I'm like, "It's 9:30, honey. Like, literally the market just opened. I'm trying to see if I can get a good trade, right?" But she knows that. She knows that. She knows what she's doing. 9:30 on the dot, right? You couldn't have came in 10 minutes earlier. I'm like, That's crazy. I know what you're doing. But yeah, man. So yeah, I think this was a really good topic. And just from listening today to the conversations that were being had, I'm like, I'm always on the mindset stuff. So definitely I want to know the answer to this question myself. How has it changed you? You know? What has it brought out in you that you didn't know, the good and the bad? I remember telling Jim one time, listen, I don't even know who I am right now. I was in a really dark place, you know. um I don't even know who I am right now. It's like all I want to do is trade and just keep putting more and more money into it till I get this right. And it's like, but we can't afford for me to do that, you know? And I couldn't seem to stop myself. So I literally had to pull myself together. And I know it's some people who probably won't admit that, but that have probably been in that place, you know? But it's like the guy said today, you got to pull yourself out of it. You got to learn how to meditate, get yourself grounded, and pull yourself out of it.
Yeah. I think
And that's
it's
what the
always
community's for. Go ahead, babe.
exactly. Yep, I agree. I feel like it's just a continuous, like you're going to continue to change and grow. You're
Mm-hmm.
never going to be the same. It's always going to be something different.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's with the community that we have and all the training and everything else that comes along with what's going on. I
Mm-hmm.
think it's always going to be something that you're just going to grow into something better than what you was yesterday.
Yeah,
And it just takes, once you get to where you need to go, it just takes time and you get better and when you get better, everything around in your life gets better too.
it
I feel like,
does.
yeah. So it's just it's going to be a continuous growth. That's what I see for me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And
Have
that's what
you
I love
have
about
you
it.
have you ever had a chance to check out that video I sent you yet?
No, shit, James, I forgot about it. I tell you what, as soon as we get done here, I'm going to go look at it. As
Well,
soon
I mean,
as we get done
if
here.
I'm completely honest, I kind of feel like it's something that you already know, but it's just this particular video I found that it hit me in a certain way, and it's something I've been doing
Okay.
that's helped a lot, helped me
Okay.
a lot.
I will go look at it literally as soon as we get off of here because I've been meaning to do that, and then I'll get, doing something else and squirrel. So, yeah, I will definitely go do that because I've been meaning to do that. Well, you guys got anything else you want to add before we go to Coach's Rules? It's been a good show, very therapeutic.
Yeah, thank you. Nope, not at the moment. I think we covered all the bases.
Sounds good. Chat, thank you for all of your comments. Do me a favor, continue to comment on this video because I'll be checking back on the comments and responding to them. If you get something this week or next week where you feel like you've grown in a way or you've learned something new about yourself, this video will be here forever. Come back on and put a comment on it and say, hey, I remember being in this chat on this episode, so this week blah blah blah, and update us. Keep updating us through the comments because Coach looks at the comments, I look at the comments, Bruno, we all look at the comments. So James, you got anything you want to add?
No, I'm good, huh?
All right. Well, gang, thank you for coming and being here and always being a part of the panel. And everybody down there, thank you so much for your participation, answering the questions, being transparent, and keeping it real. So I love your faces. And tomorrow we're going to have another cool topic. Don't know what it is yet, but I will have it up in the morning.
I
So
say,
you guys will be the
have
first to
you
know.
been coming up with these on your own, or you chat GPT in the topics? Because some of them are getting pretty deep.
Both. Yeah, both. Between me, Jen, and ChatGPT, we're digging. We're digging deep. And I haven't even begun to do some of the things that it told me to do yet. So just the beginning, the way I came on, the hook, that's how I'm gonna start opening the show. So
Love
yeah,
it.
it's gonna be some changes. But
Yeah,
yeah, man.
real good. You're doing a
I
great job. We love you. I love you. You are the best. You're the bomb, girl. Keep doing what you're doing. It's working.
Thank you, baby. I appreciate that. I really do. You have no idea. That really means a lot. And I'm just going to continue to try to put my best foot forward and do the best I can for the show. And keep giving me the comments. Make sure you guys are hitting that aftermarket tab in the Discord and putting your ideas in there. Wizard Chess came up with some great stuff. Arlo put some great stuff in there. Richard put some great stuff in there. I put the stuff ChatGPT told me and Jen. So keep coming in there, giving us ideas on what you want to see. And if you're interested in volunteering and getting a set panel, if you can work it in your schedule, let's do that. Don't forget, starting next week, 4 o'clock. We're going to go back to being at 4 o'clock. And I know sometimes the Zoom may run over. No big deal, but I will start the show at 4 o'clock. And that way we can go ahead and be out of here by now and you can get with your families. All right. So we can start watching some aftermarket stocks, see if we got some runners. It'll be fun. Right.
Ooh, I love it. That sounds wonderful.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Have a fantastic evening. Peace and blessings. See you tomorrow.
Not
Peace.
all.
You guys remember all the rules. You must follow all of them. Not some. You don't get to sprinkle in your own and leave mine out. You must follow all the rules. Always have a stop loss in each and every trade. If you're a new trader, make sure you are simulate trading only using a paper account. I don't want anybody losing their money while you are in training. Make sure you guys are using small position sizes. This will allow you to let those runners run and stop out the losers. Again, stops on every trade, regardless of shares, options, futures, or crypto. Make sure you guys are journaling every single day. It's one of the most important pieces of what we do on top of the risk management so that you can help assess what you are doing and make the changes that you need to do. Don't trade in the first 30 minutes or the last hour of the day if you're a new trader. And if you are an experienced trader, please be careful the first 3 minutes or the last 8 minutes of the trading day.